Good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike with smartoptiontrading.com. It is Friday, the 7th of February. This is our weekly recap. If you want to join us, come on over to smartoptiontrading.com. Link in the description below. Click on live trading alerts and sign up and join us in our Discord room and live Zoom. And you can hear how we trade every day, either pre-market, during the day, after hours, depending what's going on. So let's talk about this week and what's going on here in the markets. And we have a market that is stuck. Um, if you're looking at this chart and you're saying what's going on for the last couple of weeks, we're putting a series of lower highs in. Today would be day three. We didn't even quite get to the downtrend. We just missed it today before we rolled over. And you have a little bit of a wedge pattern that's formed here. Volume remains relatively low. You want to know what happened today? It's very, very simple. Things were looking good. We were starting to rally after we had some data that just wasn't all that good this morning. We had uh, we've had some hot data this week. Non-farm payroll was very mixed. Consumer sentiment came in very hot, inflationary type numbers. And then, the president started talking, and he's been going a mile a minute today, and the market's reacting to it. And, when he's like this on days like this, you just have to learn to pull back and scale out and just wait because it's very hard to trade the markets. It puts a lot of volatility in and it moves around quickly and changes. So let's go from that and go back to really what matters here is that we came back, we sliced through the 8-day today, and we're on the 21-day here into the close and just above the 50-day. Okay, this wedge pattern kind of holding. When we look around the markets and see what else is going on, the Qs slammed back down to the 21-day. The IWM couldn't break out underneath the 21-day and the 100-day. The Dow similar, but still a little bit stronger. Energy remains all over the place, but mostly weak. The banks have been the big strength today, put a new all-time high in. So did JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley before reversing today. So still strength in the banks. Talk about the semis. The semis remain relatively weak and out of play. AMD, the report just was not good this week. I love Lisa. I love the company, but they're missing out on one of the greatest spends in data centers and they're not getting their fair share and they're just not. And, Lisa can talk about tens of billions of dollars in revenue coming to AMD from this, but it's not showing up for over a year and a half now. And if it doesn't, at this point, people have lost faith. And, it looks like it wants to go lower. I think that 100 levels in play. NVIDIA, however, is stronger. Today, NVIDIA tried to break into this gap, came right back to it, but still looks good. NVIDIA, because no matter what's going on, people are inviting NVIDIA chips and they're going to keep buying NVIDIA chips. Yes, Amazon's making their own chips and using them. It doesn't matter. NVIDIA's are the best out there. They're going to use them. Same thing with Abgo. Let's talk what else was good out there. We had earnings from Palantir on Monday. This week, what a move there. And this is a beautiful move, nice continuation here. Affirm, I'm long some March 100 calls on that one. I'm long NVIDIA calls as well. Nice move here off a great report to that 76.88 area. Hood remains incredibly strong. Nice move there. We go around, big tech earnings just haven't been that good. In fact, earnings overall after the banks have not been particularly good. Microsoft was bad, put a new range low in here today before bouncing up a bit. Google, they were not good. They broke below the earnings low now and are down more. Meta was okay. They did guide down for next quarter. They made an all-time high today. Same thing with Netflix. They guided down a bit, but they're still doing well. Apple was all over the place on that call, and I really didn't like it. They look weaker here. And last night we had Amazon, and what can I say about Amazon? I thought the report was not that great. They missed on AWS. They like Google didn't have enough power, didn't have enough of they couldn't meet the demand. They didn't have enough servers and room. They also guided down big for next quarter. They have Forex issues. We heard that a lot. So you have a kind of a little ugly candle here back down into this 228.66 area. Tesla is on the verge of breaking down. After that big move up to 488, it's come down. It lost the 373.04 level 2 days in a row now. And here's 360, which is just above now. That is my next support. And under that, we'll start looking towards that 100-day down here at 332 and see. Guys, what else should I be talking about here? Am I missing anything important that we should talk about? What did we trade this week? Looking at it, we traded the ES and traded Meta a bunch, Tesla. I added some IVIT to my long portfolio. Trimmed some Amazon, a bunch of Amazon ahead of earnings, so I'm down to smaller size on that one. We talked about Palantir. We talked about JP Morgan. We did not talk about BABA. That's a good one. Thank you. BABA, China's been closed all week for the Chinese New Year. Nice big little push here today. Gap up and trying to push. There's talk that they are, and they've denied it, but they're trying to invest in deep state. We'll see how that plays out. Anyway, with that said, we'll do some charts on Sunday. We got the Super Bowl, and we'll see where we go from there. Overall, the last two weekends have deep state, deep state, deep whatever. Uh, yeah, don't get me started. Uh, you know, the last two Mondays we've gapped down big, so there's probably going to be some people out there not wanting to be long this market over the weekend. Can't blame them. And Trump is promising reciprocal tariffs next week, so we'll see how that plays out. Catch you guys bright and early on Monday morning. Everybody enjoy the Super Bowl and have a great weekend.